DeBella Coffee was built on the principles to educate the consumer, but to be a coffee company of choice. We're here to educate, we're not here to dictate. We're here to take you on a journey about coffee. We're here to explain where we buy from, why we buy from there, why our coffee's been formulated for the palates of Australians, why our coffee's been formulated to mix with milk, whereas a lot of the other coffees are designed to be drunk as an espresso. So DeBella was all about formulating this company in 2002 that had amazing branding, both visually and what the name stood for and looked right and looked the part. Had amazing coffee. Now what I mean by amazing is that we're using the best coffee from around the world to create some unique complex flavours that will blend with milk but also taste great in an espresso. And then to do it consistently, to ensure that everything we do, whether it's from our customer service, from our after service, to our everyday touching of making your coffee for you or buying from us, is an experience, that it's consistent experience, which brought us to our main mantra, the ultimate coffee experience. I didn't want to create an arrogant company. I don't want to create, and in future we don't want to be seen as an arrogant company, and therefore we talk about an experience, creating an experience for you, creating something that is unique to you. Now whether that's coming in and just buying coffee and leaving, fine, or whether that's coming in and exploring our world, such as understanding how the roasting equipment works, where the coffee comes from, then we're here to tailor that for you. So what we've designed is a company that is based around the people. First thing that would happen after dinner would be that Dad would be talking to Mum about putting the coffee, the stovetop coffee on the stove and all the rest of it. And by the age of 11 I was tall enough to reach a stove, and he told me it was my turn to learn. And of course, being inquisitive as I was and still am, I put it together, put it on the stove, burnt a lot of it, and probably within a couple of months mastered how to make Dad a great cup of coffee. And then from there I tasted it and I still couldn't understand what it was, this substance that bonded families together. Relatives would come over and out comes the espresso pot and the tablecloth and the biscuits and the cannoli and all the patisserie items. It was phenomenal, and it was all around this one beverage, this coffee. Nothing happened without coffee. People talk about being in the coffee business. I'm not in the coffee business. I'm in the business of people. We love dealing with people. We love people, and we understand that without people you don't have a company. And that is a core message that we get through time and time again, that DeBella Coffee is all about people. Which leads us to our corporate message now, our corporate mantra of DeBella Coffee inspires passion. It's measurable. And whether it's inspiring you to make that perfect cup of coffee at home or to look for that perfect cup of coffee in a coffee shop, we are inspiring you. Or whether it's inspiring you at work or inspiring you to be, to enjoy coffee or to enjoy, it doesn't even have to be coffee. If something that we do that's tangible with our company enables you to be inspired, then our company has done its job. I'm fortunate enough to be gifted to have plenty of amazing people within this company. And my job now is to help them excel, to help them have an emotional buy-in to what we do, to help create the ultimate coffee experience, to help create a company that inspires passion for you. The principles of the company that we now run off are quite simple. We call it our PACI theory, and they stand for passion, accountability, consistency, inspiration and integrity. And we talk about it internally as well as externally. As a company, we need to be passionate, we need to be accountable, we need to operate consistently, we need to be able to inspire, and most importantly, bringing it all together, we need to be full of integrity. The same thing in our roasting department. Whilst a lot of companies are going with fully automated equipment, and they have every right to do so if they believe that that does the best for their company, we've gone with the human element. We have a team of 4 people in our roasting department that batch test regularly. We hand roast, we hand select. Fresh is always best, no matter what the brand, no matter what name stands behind it. Coffee's at its best, in my opinion, 72 hours to 14 days. And what is more important is understanding exactly what it tastes like and how it changes over that period of time. We put roasting dates on our bags to ensure that you know what date coffee has been roasted. The reason we do this is because some companies want their coffee at 72 hours old. Some want it at 5 days, some want it at 7, some want it as long as 14. When I started DeBella Coffee, I often got asked, what are you going to do differently? How? And the way I came about it was to develop a great mantra, there's only the future. It doesn't matter what companies have done yesterday and up to today. It's where they're going tomorrow and the day after. And that's something that lives very strong at Dibella headquarters, is that it's all about the future. Tomorrow better than today. What better way to do it than with working with children, where the children are our future. So one thing that holds dear to my heart is working with the Royal Children's Hospital. My dealings with them ranges from doing public speaking for them to collecting gifts and obviously fundraising for them, etc, etc. We make them the beneficiary of a lot of our events, such as any corporate days, open days. The community has been fantastic to Dibella Coffee, and we do get involved. Our budget at the moment sits at about $200,000 per year towards community events. We're very proud that we've won a couple of community awards. 2008 was the Lord Mayor's Brisbane City Council Corporate Citizenship for our work with communities. We've won the Community Action Networking Award. The people of Brisbane, the people of Australia have embraced us and welcomed us with warmth, with passion and acceptance, and therefore it's a major part of our strategy to ensure that we give back. We welcome everybody to come and join our experience. We welcome you to join our journey, what we're trying to create in Australia. One of the memorable parts of building Dibella Coffee wasn't so much in 2002 when I started Brisbane and Queensland, even though it was quite challenging, people not knowing who you are and your brand, etc. But the real challenging and funny story I always talk about is Melbourne. I'll never forget my first meeting walking into a cafe. I had 4 meetings outlined for me that day, and all 4 of them looked at my business card and said, what makes a Queenslander think that people from Melbourne will buy a coffee that is roasted in Queensland? And that was in 2005, and those words have stuck with me to this day. Now we're growing in Melbourne quicker than what we did in Queensland. We're supplying over 160 outlets in Melbourne. When you think that Melbourne's the coffee capital of the country, that's quite a win for us. We now are a national coffee company. We want to replicate what we do here, and we've been able to do it in Melbourne, and now it's Adelaide and Sydney, and down the track it'll be WA as well. People say why? It's quite simple. We're a great company with some great principles. We don't want to stop where we are now. We want to see how far this journey will take us.